So welcome back. Now we're getting into the juicy details of our mental, physical, and nutritional health. We'll start with the morning routine. The morning routine is kind of a wake up to all of this mental mind-body connection section. This is what I do every day, my simple, sustainable practice that kind of keeps me grounded and focused and ready to begin my day with clarity and a peace of mind. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I might just stretch a little bit, just stretch out my arms and take a deep breath. Look in the mirror and kind of give myself a little bit of an affirmation of thank you and gratitude for making it through the day, through the evening, and being blessed enough to have another day on this earth. So I start out with that idea of deep breathing and gratitude. Then my first conscious movement is a fire breath. And if those of you who have done yoga before, if you do Bikram yoga or Kundalini yoga, there's a lot of breathing activities. And the fire breath is a rapid inhalation and exhalation movement, which pumps the energy from the lower chakras up to the higher chakras, and it creates heat and fire in the body. And as I've done more of the fire breathing practices, what it has meant for me personally, it allows me to feel energized and vibrant, and it also has helped me release a lot of the stagnation that's in the lower region of my body. And if those of you who also know about the hip center, a lot of trauma and frustration and stress is trapped in the hip area. A lot of you who may suffer from fibroids may have heard that fibroids are associated with diet and with health and everything, but they're also associated with emotional traumas. So doing work to give love to the lower region of your body, your hips, your yoni, obviously, your uterus, all right, but also that breathing is something that you can do every day to bring awareness to that core center of your body, to your hips, and bring some of this energy and emotions and everything from this lower area of your body and bring it out, right? So basically when you do this fire breathing, you're just doing a quick inhale, and you're drawing that energy out. You're not even taking a conscious, you're breathing out so forcefully that it becomes quickly. The inhalation and exhalation starts to move quickly. All right, so practice that. You can also look at, I'll do another video that just demonstrates that specifically. But I want to really focus on the morning routine in general. So that is the breath, all right, that I'll do. And I'll do 100 of those in rapid succession and really focus on bringing energy up and out of my body. I also focus on whatever emotion or things that come up. I'm conscious of them, but I don't attach to them, and I picture myself being energized and taking energy from the air in that day and pushing out whatever needs to be pushed out before I begin my day. So that's almost like on an internal spiritual breathing subtle level. And then the next thing I do, which kind of coincides with that, is I drink water. Okay, so I try to drink at least a 1.5 liter, maybe a little less than that in the morning. And the idea behind that is that we've consumed food the previous evening that hopefully is being digested throughout the day and throughout the evening, and we want to release that. We want to release the urine, we want to release the bowels of any kind of digested food, toxins maybe that have been inside of the body. We want to release that before we start to consume food, and the water helps to assist with that. It also hydrates the body because we essentially were on a fast for the 7 or 8 hours that we were sleeping, and before we consume a dense meal, we want to wake up the body and slowly and gently acclimatize the digestive system to consuming again. So we'll drink water and we'll hydrate the body, and we will stimulate the digestion and the pushing out of all the food that we had. So I'll drink the water and I'll use the restroom, and then I will go into my meditation. My meditation practice consists of breathing again, and then just sitting quietly and observing my thoughts. So the breathing routine, after I've done my fire breathing in the morning, when I'm in my meditation room, I will take my timer and I will do a cycle of 20 seconds inhale, 20 seconds holding the breath, and 20 seconds exhale. So I will just hold the timer and breathe in for 20 seconds, then I'll hold it, and then I'll exhale. All right, so that'll be 1 minute. That cycle will be 1 minute, and I will do that 1 minute cycle 3 times. And that has been such a powerful practice to me, because not only as a singer and a performer, it's helped me with my breath control, but on an emotional level and a mental level, it helps to remind me if I'm holding any thoughts or tension that's allowing me not to be present in that moment. Once I was able to breathe that breath comfortably without feeling restricted, I knew that if it was another day and I couldn't do it, it usually was because I was too much in my head. And the way that, and being in my head can mean that I was stressed about something or worried about something, and it wasn't allowing me to relax enough into that moment of inhaling, holding the breath, and exhaling. So what I started to do, what I discovered, is that if I get into that place where I feel like I'm reaching for the breath, or taking the time and the presence to just inhale and hold the breath felt very restricted and tense, and I was too much in my head or my emotions, if I brought my awareness to my heart center, it made it easier. I was able to kind of go into this infinite space that was unrestricted inside of myself. I felt like my body and my mind and everything was expanded into this void place when I just brought my awareness to this heart center, this inside space. And from that expanded area, I was able to kind of get lost in the breath, and time would seem like it just disappeared. And having that power and that awareness, just doing that practice, and then being able to take that mindfulness to any other situation, was a complete game changer for me, because I realized how much my mind could make me feel restricted and tense in situations, and how easily I can shift my awareness to make any situation more manageable and put me back into control. Being able to control your mental space in any situation is the most powerful thing you can do. So that simple 1 minute cycle 3 times helped me bring awareness, and it continues to train me through that process every day of bringing awareness to my center whenever I feel worried. That means before performing, that can mean an emotional situation, an argument, in a scary situation. I'm able to more readily bring my attention to my center whenever I need to, in order to gather myself and be able to move the way that I want to, as opposed to just reacting to a situation. All right, so again, we breathed the fire breath, we drank our water, we used the restroom, then we did our meditation practice, or started our meditation practice, and we started with this breathing. And then I just, after I know I'm calm and I'm in that center space, then I feel more prepared to go into my meditation without a lot of chaos going on in my mind. And I know that is the issue that many people struggle with meditation, is that their mind cannot get quiet, and that's okay. That's okay, because that is a first step for you understanding why there could be chaos or stagnation in your life. It's because your mind is constantly running and constantly going, and we can't settle it down. So that is an affirmation, or that is an affirmation that's telling you it's important for you to make this space, and it's such a simple way. So after you've breathed, did your breathing exercise, you can just sit quietly and don't have a whole lot of expectations. It's not about expectations. You're not in competition with anybody. You just sit where you're at, and you be present with what your experience is in that moment. So you observe your thoughts and the power of you just knowing what continues to come up. Do you continue to see your relationship? Do you continue to see you not asserting yourself? Do you continue to see this traumatic event that just happened? Do you continue to see a fear? Do you continue to hear voices of doubt? And just observe it. Because sometimes when we're stuck in a situation, especially when it's about depression or trauma or chronic stress, we feel the heaviness of it, but we don't understand the source. And the source, getting to the source, is the key. The drinking and going to the party and the new purse and the fly gear and the new boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, that is temporary, right? But the source, and getting to the source and the root cause, is the key. So this is the gateway to getting to the source, is observing what's going on in your mind. And the more you sit there and you're quiet and you don't judge, more of that subconscious will be able to be viewed in this conscious moment. And once you're at that subconscious, not just in your dream state, because we forget our dreams a lot of times. Once we're able to see the subconscious in the conscious moment, then we can start to know what exactly we need to address. So meditation gives us that space of stillness to be able to assess or process what's going on in our subconscious mind. So we sit with it, okay, and we just observe it, and we breathe through it, and we try to keep our focal point on the heart center. And you can set your timer for 10 minutes, or you can set your timer for 15 minutes. And if that's too much, you can set your timer for 5 minutes. But what I suggest is find an easy, sustainable amount of time. I typically do 15 minutes, but on a short day, if I can't, I'll do 10 minutes. If I can't do 15, on a great day when I know I have time, I'll do 30 minutes. But I really don't go more than that, because the most important thing to me is to be able to show up to it every single day. And if I know I have an hour-long practice with 2 kids, and I know that I can't do it with my lifestyle, then I might just say, oh, I'm going to avoid it. But if I know that I've only committed to 15 minutes a day, I know that I can always show up for 15 minutes. That's doable. And worst case scenario, I can at least show up for 5 minutes just to give time for myself. So just a real quick recap. We wake up in the morning, we stretch, we give gratitude to ourselves in the mirror, we blow a kiss, we observe our body in all of its splendor. We do our fire breath, we do our fire breath in the morning. We drink our water, we go to the bathroom, and then we do our breathing and meditation practice. This is my simple, sustainable routine, and I've talked longer than it probably even takes to do everything. I'm just joking, probably not that long. But it's simple, and it's easy, and it gives you time to reflect on yourself. If you're in the actual course, we'll go into more detail about different nuances and how meditation gets deeper over time. And I'll also write up some things if you're taking the course online by yourself as well. And again, you can always reach out to me. My contact information is available on the site, so you can contact me if you have any questions about this simple daily routine that you can do.